everyone, this is Ben back with you in the model shop. Well, it has been a very long time, not since my last video, but since I have worked on this kit. I'm currently getting back to work on the Wingnut Wings Albatros D.V in 1/32 scale. I uploaded the previous videos in this series when I originally made them on a different YouTube account, and then things kind of started happening. I realized they should all be on a dedicated account for this channel, and I re-uploaded them earlier this year. So I lost the original date, but honestly I think we're getting close to 5 years ago. For sure 4 since I've worked on this kit. So hey, there's no, everyone's got a project here or there that they started and stopped and put up on the shelf, and there's no reason not to go ahead and get back into it when you get a chance. So I had to actually go back and watch my old videos to figure out where I'm at. So anyway, where am I at? This video, have to finish up applying the spark plug wires from the magnetos into the rail to go to each of the spark plugs on both sides of the engine. Then we need to paint the fuselage. There's actually not a whole lot left to the build of this thing. Most Wingnut Wing kits are just a lot of painting. And so we take care of the painting of the fuselage, the big main points. I'm going to try something different in this video. Going to do the normal stuff that I talk about, and then let you watch me paint a little bit and put some subtitles in the bottom, just play some music, and you can see some progress happening. Get a little feedback from you guys if you like that or not. It's really hard to figure out how to film and paint at the same time without it just being the back of my hand, but we'll work on that. And otherwise, that's it. Yeah, let's get in the build so you guys can see some progress on this airplane. Right, so we haven't touched this in 4 years. Okay, so 5 years maybe. I need to put spark plug wires from here. Let's see if we could zoom in a little bit. There we go. The distributor to this side, and then same thing over here. This distributor up into the back of the rail. And I think the easy thing to do, even though the wires coming out are red, I'm going to use the easy line. This is it. The plan is going to be, let's like clump 6 pieces of it together on one end. It's real thin here, and I'll attach it to the rail, then bring them out individually to connect here. I think that will work. Let's do that. Well, it occurred to me that somebody might want to know how I'm going to do this, or the plan. So I need 6 spark plug wires, because there's 6 cylinders. Well, there's only 6, but there's 2 sets of magnetos on each side, the redundancy of airplanes. Anyway, so I cut 3 strands of easy line, and I'm going to make 6 with the 3, and the idea is going to be, except this stuff's kind of tricky to work with, but just bunch it up together, right? So like, if you pinch it, there's 2, and then we'll get these 3 together. So let's see here, if I could do this on the camera, I might speed it up a little bit so it's not so boring, but basically clip them all together here. I need a single point where they're all together like that. There we go. Boom. So we got, let's see if you can see here, that little loop, and I'm just going to pinch it together with some tweezers, and now they're all just rough together. Maybe I'll give them a little twist and put a dot of super glue. There we go, put a dot of super glue on there, and then I'll have a single point that I can glue to the rail, and then I'll have all these individual strands to just run to the distributor. Alright, let's just glue all that up and make that happen. So here we did, like I said, we just clumped our pieces together, and then I cut off the end, I put a drop of super glue here and just put it right on the rail. So now we have our 6 strands hanging off. So the idea now will be just to, because this stuff's so light, I'll put a drop of super glue on next to each one of these magneto spots, and will they hook up, and I'll just drag each one of these little cable wires over and drop it into place, and hopefully that will work and will look good. So yes, now to make that happen. So just that's how we're going to do it. Alright, we're done with this. I guess it just looks black, unfortunately, but here we go. This is as best as it's going to be. This side, you can see it really well, though, the wires. And that actually is pretty good because this is way more exposed on the chassis of the aircraft than on this side. And it does just look like a glob of wires, like a gangly mess, but who cares? They're there. They go into the right spot and it's traceable. So, alright, that crisis is averted. I think now we start painting the fuselage. Let's do that. That'll be fun. Bit of a recap because, like I said, it's been like 5 years and I don't quite remember. Here is our fuselage, what we've got assembled so far. The plan here is to leave these panels off so that you can see all the wonderful engine. So I'm going to have to mask all of this off. There is a part that goes up on here, and the elevator is not installed. I should do that, and the rudder as well. Then I could paint this up. I'm okay with doing that and painting the wings separately and attaching them. So we are doing this paint color scheme right here, and Edward Ritter von Schleich on Yasta 21, September 1917. He had 35 victories. I think this looks pretty cool. There's a bunch of other options to paint this, including this scheme, which I actually thought about, like, man, maybe I should switch it up and just go for this because it looks really neat. But I do have another Albatros D.V kit up in the closet, so we're going to stick with this scheme for right now. So I want to attach the rudder and elevator because they get all painted the same color. So we'll put that on, mask, and then we're going to start painting. This is light blue, and I have German Lichtblau, which is German for light blue enamel. Then I'm going to paint that, and then this color up here, R, is medium camouflage green, I believe. And these colors, though, actually up here on the wing, this W, the color code, it's actually these are supposed to be gloss. I'm not going to do gloss. I like the flat black, and we're going to try and do a little ribbed effect that looks kind of neat. This is all wood painted over, so we're going to get that going. But if we go back to the front of the book, right here, it says that the purple color is actually mauve, and then yeah, you've got other colors. So anyway, and also real quick, I forgot to mention, if you haven't, if you go to wingnutwings.com, at least this used to be the case, you can download the digital blueprints, blueprints, instructions online and look along and see exactly what I'm looking at, which is really great. These books are just fantastic. So, all right, let's see here. We are at, taking forever here. I apologize. This is where we're at. We're right here. We need to install. We're not going to drop the engine right away because we're going to paint, but we're going to put the rudders on and the elevator, and then over here, because we're doing option A build, I need to put this part on F1. We'll leave the windscreen, everything off. We'll omit those parts, and we're not doing the flares. And we'll get the thing painted. It's time to paint. Let's paint. So ta-da, here we are. I did some additional painting from the previous clip. I think you can see I touched, well, I did a little bit of the details on the panels that are there, and we did the little leather area around the cockpit. I went ahead on the tail here, I think you can see, and lightened up just a little bit more of the shading that I did. I think if I had, well, next time I do this, I think instead of using like black to undercoat it, I'll use like a dark gray. That leaves you a little bit more control. I went ahead and detailed the, well, this isn't a tail wheel, but it's the skid, I believe, and that wasn't too big of a deal. So aluminum, some khaki brown for the strap, and aluminum down here. I think it's supposed to be steel, and made it look like wood. And you can see the stripes on the underside there, a little bit of fading. This piece here and here and on that side, these are the hinge mechanisms. Those are supposed to be interior green. I have to get to that still. Did put some interior green, looks kind of loud, on those parts right there for the engine, but I think that's okay. For the green, came out a little bit glossy, but that's okay. Once we get all the decals on, I'm going to hit this whole thing with a low luster matte, and that'll take care of it. I didn't have the green that was called out for, but I went through my pile of paint and I found Grün. Grün in German is green, but this is RLM 62 and it's not green. I mean, it's green, but it's not. It looks like it in the video here. It looks close to the map, but it's not. It's this lighter color that came out, and I think it actually looks pretty good. If we look at, whoops, sorry, went on the camera here. That green, you know, they're reasonable. So we're gonna go with that. My local hobby store is closed today, so I'm gonna have to figure out something for the purple paint. But anyway, the next thing, this is gonna be the end of the video. I think we've done enough here. The next thing I'm gonna do, I did on the last Wingnut Wings kit and it worked really well. I'm gonna put the landing gear on because then the whole thing sits up nicely and it's easy to work on. And it goes in there, and there's actually room to around the struts for the wing root to connect without any issues. So we'll double check our instructions and figure that out. But anyway, I think that's enough for now. Lots of painting, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got some time off this week, so I'm just going to keep making progress on this and hopefully have another one out to you here pretty soon. Thanks again for watching.